I'm not going to keep you long. But I just want to bless you. Just want to bless you this morning. We're going to go back to Joshua. I know we spoke about Joshua yesterday, but I want to show y'all something on this morning. We're going to go to Joshua chapter 10, 12, and 13. Real quick, I just want to share with you how my grandmother, all that knew her knows that she was something to be reckoned with. I remember she taught us when we were little that, well, you couldn't be a punk and be around her. That was a no-no. That was a no-no. Ain't no I'm scared. Ain't no I'm a peacemaker. You couldn't do that around her. If it was necessary that you knew how to defend yourself. Very necessary. So it's gonna make sense. I know the ones that know me saying, what's she talking about Teeny for this morning? Okay. Joshua chapter 10, 12 and 13. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord divided up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the midst of Israel, Sun, stand still upon Gilead. And thy moon in the valley of Agalon. Some of y'all call it Agalon, I say Agalon. And the sun stood still. 13. And the sun stood still. And the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is it not written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of the heaven, and has not to go down about a whole day. So let me break that down to y'all. Joshua was fighting, right? He was in a physical fight. And while he was fighting, he noticed that it was getting late. And we know as the day go on, it gets late, so the sun starts going down. What excites me about this story is Joshua had so much of faith in his God. It had nothing to do with him and his God, that he knew without even thinking about it that he could command the sun and the moon to stand still. So the word tells us that Joshua looked up at the sun and said, stand still. Moon, don't move. Don't move. It was no time to stop and pray. There was no time to stop. We need to call the prayer warriors. We need to fast. Barbara, what you talking about this morning? What I'm talking about is when it's time to fight, it's time to fight. When it's time for it to go down, ain't no time to be stopping and praying. You know, we got a saying, the world have a saying is, I ain't doing no talking. Ain't no talking going on. If we doing this, we doing this. There was no time for him to say, let's get on our knees and pray right now. No, they were in the midst of a fight. He needed that sun and that moon to stand still. And only because of his relationship with the God that he served, he looked up at the sun and said, stand still. Moon, don't you move until I'm done. And the thing that excites me is that the word said the sun stood still. Now, if this man had that kind of belief in, in his God, what's wrong with us? Why we sitting around bugging out? Listen, I am literally seeing people that say they saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, and got Jesus on their side, knees buckle. Buckle. I'm looking at some of y'all and y'all in the corner like this. This ain't the time for that. We've been singing, praying, talking about this great God that we serve and how he is King of Kings and Lord of Lords and he can do anything. This ain't the time for you to punk out. When it's time to fight, it's time to do that. Just fight. And this is the time for us to fight. It ain't time for prayer. Listen, pray while you fighting. You should have been doing that before. Fasting, getting together, and that should have been done before. You're supposed to build all that up. If you look at professional boxers, their training is before the big day. Okay, I'll even go deeper on you. One of the gifts that God has given me is I have the gift of song. I can sing. Y'all know that. But even with my gift, I am constantly always training my voice. I take care of my voice. I don't wait until I do a concert or have to do an event and then say, oh, okay, let me get a steamer, let me do this, let me do that and the other. No, I do that. It's a daily thing. You know, I take care of my voice. So when it's time for me to get up and do what I got to do, it gets done. With no thought about it. It's like breathing. The same thing goes for this fight that we're in. Not only Corona, but so many other things in life. Build up your prayer life so when it come time when you gotta rumble, you ready. You ready. I cannot believe that, and I'm talking about not only leaders, but my thing is I'm looking at leaders and I'm like, wow. Not all of them. Let me just get that clear. Not all of them. And the world is looking at us like, yo, y'all been talking about this God that can do anything. Yup, he sure can. He most definitely can. Jesus the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. No doubt about it. You better believe it. He gonna bring us out of this thing. He gonna see us through. He never told us that we wouldn't have to fight. He never told us that every day was gonna be roses and sun. But what he did promise us that he would never leave us. He would never forsake us. And he told us that we shall do greater things. Joshua had faith in the God that he served and knew that this is my father. God is my father. And because he's my father, that alone lets me know that I can command the sun and the moon. When you have time, go back and read the story. Of course they won. The book of Joshua is off the hook. Because for me, it speaks about fighting and you know, being in war and winning with victory, great victories. I mean, this thing took me out. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so y'all know I have my little book that I'm writing. So I want to share one of my poems that I wrote to God with you guys. Can it be possible? Can it really be possible and true that I found the perfect love? Or should I say that the perfect love has found me? Can it really be possible that you look upon me and see all my flaws and you still love me? Can it really be possible that day by day you talk and walk with me and teach me how to better myself? Can it really at all be possible that you love me because you created me and you think so highly of me? Yes, it's possible. He loves me with my flaws and all. It's possible. So, you know, I told you I have my little book and I write my little love poems to God. That's my little thing. It's an absolute beautiful day. You guys be safe. Take care of yourself. Please cover the babies' faces. Please. I'm so tired of seeing y'all walking with these babies and y'all got masks on y'all face and the baby's face ain't covered at all. Lord, please cover the baby's face. If the baby won't keep it on his face, take him in the house. Tell him that you ain't going out. If you can't keep it on your face, you ain't going out. Please. Y'all have a beautiful day. Love you guys.